Think your private balcony is actually private? One TikTok later, you're trending, and security has your one-way ticket off the ship. International waters are not lawless. These 12 naughty secrets can save your vacation or get you banned for life. This is about knowing the unspoken rules of the high seas so you can actually enjoy them. Number 1. Your balcony intimacy is an illusion. The partitions are thin, security cameras for docking can see you, and your neighbors above have a clear view down. On lines like Royal Caribbean, any exposure is a public nuisance. Get 3 strikes and you're kicked off at the next port with no refund. Want romance? Book a fully clothed stargazing dinner. You'll get the privacy you actually paid for without getting booted from the ship. Number 2. Thinking of a quick puff on your balcony? That's an instant $1,000 fine on lines like Norwegian and Celebrity. The smell travels directly into your neighbor's cabin through the vents, and all they need is one photo for proof. This includes vapes. It's not just for comfort, it's a serious fire safety issue. Use the designated smoking areas or prepare to pay a massive fine that could ruin your trip. Number 3. Don't throw anything overboard. Not a flower, not confetti, nothing. It violates the International Marpol Treaty against marine pollution, and Carnival's fine starts at $500. It's not just littering, it harms marine life. Plus, ships log the GPS coordinates of every discharge. If port authorities trace waste back to you, you could face huge personal fines. Keep everything that belongs on the ship, on the ship. Number 4. Your personal Bluetooth speaker. Yes, you can bring it, but if it's audible beyond 6 feet, a rule Princess Cruises uses, security will confiscate it. A cruise is a shared space, so, don't be that guy at the pool. Instead of sparking a war with your neighbors, just bring a cheap headphone splitter. You can share your music without annoying everyone else and get to keep your speaker. Number 5. And it's deadly serious. Climbing or sitting on balcony railings means automatic removal from the ship. No questions, no refund. A woman on Symphony of the Seas did a handstand for Instagram and was immediately kicked off with a lifetime ban from Royal Caribbean. Railings are 42 inches high for safety, not for your photo op. A fall is almost always fatal. It is never worth the risk. Number 6. Feeding the seagulls or fish may seem charming, but it's a big no. On Holland America, it's an instant $300 fine. It makes birds aggressive and dependent on humans for food. Plus, bird poop is highly corrosive, damages the ship, and creates dangerously slippery decks. If you want a wildlife encounter, book a snorkel excursion where fish are fed safely and ethically by the crew. Number 7. Leave your drone at home. They're banned fleet-wide on most cruise lines for privacy and safety reasons. The best-case scenario is confiscation by the ship. Worst case? Port customs can seize your expensive drone and hit you with massive storage fees or legal action for unauthorized flight. Want great aerial shots? Cruise lines offer professional photo packages using their own licensed drones. Number 8. Candles, incense, and even rechargeable flicker flames are all banned. They violate the International Solace Fire Code. An open flame on a breezy balcony is a major fire hazard. Accidentally setting off the ship's fire detection system can trigger a brigade response and a $600 charge on your account. For a romantic vibe, just ask housekeeping for a free spa-scented diffuser. All the ambiance, none of the fire risk. Number 9. Leaving your balcony door open to let the breeze in is a costly mistake. It seriously overloads the ship's air conditioning system, triggering alarms your cabin steward gets notified about. Repeatedly doing this can land you a $150 HVAC service fee for excessive energy use. Open it for a quick photo, enjoy the air for a moment, then shut it. Your wallet will thank you. Number 10. The classic chair hog. Saving a pool lounger with your towel at dawn is a risky move. Most crews are authorized to remove items from unattended chairs after about 40 minutes to ensure fairness for all guests. You could return from a 2-hour breakfast to find your Kindle at guest services and your prime spot long gone. So be present or be prepared to lose your lounger. Number 11. Let's talk topless tanning. It's strictly banned on most mainstream US lines like Disney, which need to maintain a family-friendly environment. Do it, and you'll get a written warning. However, lines like Virgin Voyages and Costa Cruises do allow it fleet-wide. The key is to know your cruise line's specific policy. Don't assume. Find the designated adult-only deck or pack a bandeau to be safe. Finally, number 12. Always carry prescription meds in their original pharmacy-labeled bottles. Port Customs can and will seize any unmarked pills, suspecting illegal trafficking. Worse, if you share a pill with a new friend and they have a bad reaction, you are liable. Under maritime law, it can be seen as illegal distribution, leading to fines or even arrest. It's a simple rule that protects you and everyone else. Now for some risque but legal loopholes. First, drink packages. They're worth it only if you'll have 5 or more premium drinks every day. Do the math first. Next, singles meetups. Check the ship's app for solo traveler gatherings. They're a great pressure-free way to meet new people. Third, chartered nude cruises are a real niche thing you can specifically book if a clothing-optional vibe is your goal. Finally, the port drinking age. In places like Cozumel, Mexico, the drinking age is 18. So if you're 18 to 20, you can legally drink ashore. Just don't try bringing any alcohol back on board. Imagine settling into your cruise cabin, only to be thrown off the ship mid-voyage. That's exactly what happened to one German couple because of what they did on their balcony. They thought it was romantic. The cruise line called it a security incident. And they're not alone. People have been banned for life, fined hundreds, and yes, even arrested. All for doing things they didn't know were against the rules. So today, I'm going to walk you through the mistakes that can ruin your cruise, with a few cautionary tales, a bit of friendly advice, and the occasional raised eyebrow. Before we get into the juicy stories told in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Nick Nadev once jumped off his Royal Caribbean balcony in Nassau, on purpose. His friends filmed it. The cruise line banned them all for life. Another woman was banned just for standing on her railing to take a photo. Cruise lines don't like risky behavior, and they like lawsuits even less. Falling overboard at sea? Odds of survival are slim, so if you want a thrill, try the water slide, not the second deck railing. Unless you're on one of the few German lines that allow it, don't light up on the balcony. Your neighbors will report you faster than you can say Marlboro. Ignore warnings and you could be disembarked mid-cruise. Smoke inside your cabin? You'll be billed over $250 for deep cleaning. Also, tossing a cigarette overboard? That's how cruise ship fires start. The only thing you should throw over the balcony is your stress. Renate and Volker were enjoying their balcony, a little too much. They were passionately loud, with the balcony door wide open. The result? A security-related disturbance and a one-way trip off the ship. Balconies have gaps, neighbors, and yes, CCTV cameras. So if you're planning something memorable, maybe close the door first. Cruise ships are romantic, just maybe not that public. Cruise lines love music when it's played in the piano bar. Your wireless speaker blasting yacht rock at midnight? Not so much. Too many complaints and they'll confiscate it or shut you down. Same goes for musical instruments. Even if you're really good at ukulele. Cabin walls are thin, noise travels. Let your neighbors enjoy their vacation without a personal concert. It's called the wind tunnel effect, and it's very real. Balcony door open plus cabin door open means your paperwork is flying into someone's soup. In extreme cases, doors slam hard enough to injure fingers. Also, it messes with the ship's air conditioning system, which is basically the cruise line's version of sacred ground. So for everyone's comfort, and your fingers, one door at a time. Thinking of packing your kettle, hot plate, or electric blanket? Don't. Unless you're cruising from the UK where some lines provide kettles, they'll be confiscated. Even baby bottle warmers are on the banned list. Hair dryers and curling irons are usually fine, just leave the George Foreman grill at home. Also, surge-protected extension cords =sign automatic removal. On a ship, fire safety isn't a suggestion, it's a religion. Leaving your phone or camera charging while you're out? Cabin stewards are trained to unplug anything left charging unattended. Yes, even your electric toothbrush. It's all about fire prevention. Your iPad isn't worth an onboard evacuation. Want ambiance? Bring battery-powered tea lights. They're romantic and don't set off the smoke alarms. You'd think with a drinks package, the minibar would be free. Spoiler, it usually isn't. I once assumed mine was included, then saw charges for every soda I touched. Unless you're in a suite on a luxury line, expect minibar fees. Also, don't pack the robe or the binoculars. They're not gifts. Toiletries? That's a grayer area. If they're restocked, maybe, but don't overdo it. Here's the golden rule. If it didn't come with the bathroom, don't flush it. No wipes, no hygiene products, no biodegradable anything. Ship toilets use vacuum systems. One bad flush can block 10 rooms. There's a trash bin for everything else. Use it. We've all had the cruise where the toilet didn't work. Don't be the reason it's this cruise. Hanging clothes to dry on your balcony? Don't. They'll fly into the sea or someone's dinner. Use the retractable bathroom line or bring magnetic hooks. And remember, balcony doors and bathroom doors open both ways. I've walked out of the bathroom naked into a very awkward turn-down service. Now I use the Do Not Disturb sign religiously. And if you're docked, close the curtains unless you're into free exposure.
Every cruise promises a dream vacation. But what if your next port stop is hiding something dangerous? While most travelers picture white sand beaches and fruity cocktails, some destinations come with serious warnings. We're not talking about mild inconvenience here. We're talking about level 3 and even level 4 travel advisories from the US State Department. Yes, the same ports your cruise line cheerfully promotes are also flagged for gang violence, kidnappings, and organized crime. And here's the kicker. You might never know, unless you do your homework. In this video, we're diving into the 7 most dangerous cruise ports frequently visited from the US, and we're not just naming names. You'll hear what makes them risky, what the government says about them, and exactly how to protect yourself if your ship docks there. This isn't to scare you away from cruising. It's to help you travel smart. Ready to find out which ports made the list? Let's get into it. First up is Belize City, located along the Caribbean coast of Central America. Over 615,000 cruise passengers visited Belize last year alone. But here's what most of them didn't know. The US State Department has Belize City under a level 3 travel advisory, which means reconsider travel. Their exact words? US citizens should avoid traveling to Belize City. Why? Gang activity. While the secure cruise port itself is generally safe, you step just a few blocks outside, and you're in territory flagged for serious crime. Tourists who wander off alone have ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even daytime strolls into the city are strongly discouraged without local guidance. So what should smart cruisers do? Option 1. Book an official excursion through your cruise line. These are vetted, safe, and well managed. Option 2. Stay inside the gated port area and enjoy the shops and scenery. Option 3. Honestly, just stay on the ship. You're not missing much, and safety comes first. Belize may be beautiful, but it's also one of those ports where a wrong turn could ruin your vacation. Now let's talk about Jamaica, a stunning island paradise south of Cuba and a wildly popular stop for Caribbean cruises. Last year, over 1.6 million passengers cruised to Jamaica. But while the beaches are breathtaking, the reality on shore isn't always so pretty. The US State Department currently gives Jamaica a level 3 advisory. That means reconsider travel. And here's where it gets even more serious. US government personnel are banned from traveling to certain parts of Jamaica entirely. Why? Rampant gang violence, unpredictable crime, and an alarmingly high murder rate, some of the worst in the Western Hemisphere. Even all-inclusive resorts, which many consider safe bubbles, aren't immune to incidents. Sexual assaults have been reported in places people assume are secure. Now, here's where it matters to you. There are 5 cruise ports in Jamaica. Some are better than others. But in general, this is not a place to go off exploring on your own. Cruise ports are usually secure, but once you step outside that perimeter, it's a different story. Booking excursions directly through the cruise line is the safest move. They know which areas are safe and which aren't. Sure, Jamaica has its charm, but smart cruisers know that safety isn't something to gamble with. Don't let a paradise postcard blind you to a very real risk. Welcome to Mazatlan, Mexico, a vibrant Pacific port with serious baggage. On the surface, it's a colorful, festive destination. But beneath the palm trees and mariachi bands lies a Level 4 U.S. travel advisory. That's the government's highest warning. Do not travel. So why are cruise ships still going there? Simple. The cruise industry heavily vets its routes. They wouldn't dock somewhere outright unsafe. But that doesn't mean you should let your guard down. Mazatlan sits in Sinaloa, a state notorious for cartel activity. The U.S. State Department warns of violent crime and kidnapping, not exactly the kind of adventure you signed up for. Now, many cruisers still go, and even love it. But the key difference? They stick to the port, or take excursions through the cruise line only. Wandering off independently into Mazatlan streets? That's when the risk spikes. Because while the port is protected, a wrong turn inland can put you in a completely different world. You don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, especially when help might be miles away and communication is limited. Mazatlan may be beautiful, but beauty doesn't always mean safety. Haiti might sound exotic on your cruise itinerary, but don't let the beach views fool you. This Caribbean nation is currently under a Level 4 U.S. travel advisory. That's as serious as it gets. Do not travel. Why? Because Haiti is dealing with severe crime, political unrest, and widespread kidnapping. It's not just unsafe, it's unstable. Even U.S. government employees are barred from traveling there. But here's the twist. Your cruise may still stop in Labadee, a private resort area owned and operated by Royal Caribbean. It's fenced off, guarded, and completely separated from the chaos beyond. So you step off the ship, and it feels like paradise. But what you're seeing isn't the real Haiti. It's a controlled bubble designed for tourist safety. Now, within Labadee, you're fine. Enjoy the cabanas, the beaches, the zip lines. All of it. Just don't mistake that comfort for the reality that lies outside the fence. Cruisers aren't allowed to leave Labadee freely. And honestly, that's for the best. Because stepping beyond the secured zone isn't just risky. It could turn your dream vacation into a nightmare with no easy way back. So if you see Haiti on your cruise schedules, just remember, you're not really seeing Haiti. And that's probably a good thing. You've seen the stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and colorful carnivals. But Trinidad and Tobago hides a much darker reality. This island nation in the southern Caribbean draws over 125,000 cruise passengers a year. Yet it carries a Level 3 U.S. travel advisory. Reconsider travel. Why? Because the threat here isn't just crime. It's terrorism and kidnapping. Yes, terrorism. According to the U.S. State Department, attacks on tourist sites could happen without warning. Much of the violence is driven by gang activity, especially in and around urban areas. And it's bad enough that U.S. government staff are prohibited from traveling to large parts of the country. If you're visiting Trinidad or Tobago on a cruise, know this. The port zones are relatively secure. But venturing out on your own? That's where the real risk begins. Stick to cruise line excursions, stay in high traffic areas, and if something feels off, trust your gut. Because in Trinidad and Tobago, danger doesn't always come with a warning sign. It hides in plain sight, beneath the sunshine and steel drums. Colombia may look like paradise from the deck of a cruise ship, but step off the ship, and you're stepping into a country with a volatile reputation. In 2023, more than 170,000 cruise passengers visited Colombia, drawn by its vibrant culture, stunning coastlines, and colonial cities. But behind that postcard-perfect view, lies a country with a Level 3 U.S. travel advisory. That's reconsider travel. The risks: crime, terrorism, unrest, kidnapping. Colombia's long-standing ties to drug cartels and guerrilla activity mean danger isn't just a rumor. It's a reality. Even major port cities like Cartagena are not immune. Petty crime is common, but so are reports of armed robberies and express kidnappings. The U.S. State Department warns that tourists can be targeted, especially if they wander beyond popular zones or act like easy marks. If you're cruising to Colombia, join a cruise-sanctioned excursion, travel in groups, and keep your valuables and attention close. Because Colombia is breathtaking, but it's also unpredictable. Here's the truth. Cruising is still one of the safest, most relaxing ways to travel. But the moment you step off that ship, you're no longer in the safety bubble. Ports may look picture perfect, but every destination comes with its own set of risks, rules, and red flags. Some cruisers let their guard down the second they see palm trees. That's when trouble strikes. Lost passports, scams, theft, even worse. So here's what smart travelers always do. They research the port ahead of time, stick to well-reviewed excursions, and never assume that just because it's a cruise stop, it's safe. If you're not sure about a place, don't wing it. Ask questions, read reviews, talk to your cruise line, and when in doubt, stay on board. That's not a missed opportunity. It's a smart decision. Before we go, what's the sketchiest port you've ever been to? Drop it in the comments. Your story could help someone else stay safe. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more insider cruise tips. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and keep cruising like a pro.